mindset, reducing burnout, and batch creating content so that content creation can be as easy as possible for you so you can get back on to your more important things. That's what this video is all about. I personally love this topic. Mindset and like self-growth is huge for me. It's why my first debut book is actually going to be a nonfiction self-growth mixed with fantasy, right? So this is something I'm really, really passionate about. And I'm sorry if this is longer, but I hope you don't skip ahead because this is going to be the difference between hating the challenge and enjoying the challenge, right? And this is true for both the realtors that I'm having do this and writers that I'm having do this, right? In the end, and content creation is not your job, right? As a realtor, you need to go sell houses. You need to take care of your clients. You need to make your phone calls, right? As a writer, you need to go write, okay? So this is super important. Content creation is not your main job, right? For most of us, it's not monetizable yet. We're not making an income from it, right? When you start making an income from social media content creation, then we'll talk, right? Because maybe the money will functionally help you do the other thing, right? So then we'll talk. But for now, we're thinking most of us are small. We're not making money on our content, right? The content is to meet new people, potentially for realtors, find clients, for writers, find people interested in your books, right? Make connections, right? So this needs to be done quickly and efficiently because it's a business building activity, but it's not your most important thing. In Keller Williams' real estate world, we love The One Thing by Gary Keller. And to be honest, your one thing isn't social media, but it's a business building activity to support the one thing, right? So it's super important. For my realtors, right, it's the third thing or lower on the importance totem pole. And that's just in business. You're not even talking about taking care of your family or taking care of your own health, right? So mindset is huge. The cool thing for realtors, congratulations, your career is quite visual. So you have the opportunity to, walk around and, you know, show houses and that sort of thing. Writers, it's all in our heads. So we have a little bit more of a challenge. And that's why there's an extra video for you guys about like, what kind of content should I even make, right? And I've created different versions for both of you. But for now, I want to talk mostly about, what's going on here and then a tactic that I use. So I'm going to tell you how I batch create content to make things as easy as possible. I want it to be as stress-free. I want it to be, easy on me, right? And I've told you in other videos, like I've tried the posting 3 videos a day. Yeah, it works, but I was burnt out by the end and I didn't go back for 2 months, right? And that hurt me, right? So you want to find a schedule of doing this, and maybe it's not every day that you can keep consistent. In the end, your consistency is key. You got to keep showing up, right? And you'll see a lot of the videos on Instagram of people being like, it's not just about, how often you post, it's about what you post, right? Sort of true, but I also have to keep showing up. I can't spend 20 hours making one video, post it, and not post for again for a month, right? So you have to give yourself grace. This is like the seventh thing on a to-do list, right? So I just want to talk mindset, and I wrote down a couple of phrases and vocabulary that I want to disappear from your vocabulary. One, I hate social media. I get it. With everything, especially going on. Yeah, me too. So you don't have to love social media. You don't have to love the platform you're on. You don't have to love the creator of said platform, right? But you have to think of it. This is a business building or community building activity. So I'm going to utilize social media for this purpose. I'm going to be strategic about it. I do this a lot through limiting my own scroll because we all love to doom scroll. So if I'm doing, my research time and I'm looking at what other people are posting and trending audios and that sort of thing, I literally set a timer. I've got 10 minutes or 20 minutes and I'm allowed to scroll. I'm allowed to save things and start like deciding, oh, what could I recreate or what could I make, this thing that I saw for surfers work for writing, right? So that's huge, right? We're thinking this as a business building activity. So you don't have to love social media. We just got to do it. And again, that's why we want it to be quick and efficient. We want to get in, we get out, boom, you can move on with your life, right? And care about more important things. The second one is, I'm no good at this. Nobody is when they get started. I hope no one ever sees it, but I could show you some of my original videos. Horrible. I hated being on camera. I still hate being on camera, but I've done it so much now, you can fake it, right? And, being in an entertainment career and being forced to go out in front of 1,500 people fixed it up for me a little bit. But yeah, I'm no good at this. Out of your vocabulary. You're learning, right? We have to practice and do it, right? So get that little thing just right on out of there, right? That's why you're doing this, right? You're practicing. And in the end, like, you don't have to have some amazing transformation in 30 days, right? People are going to find you on every step of your journey. So sometimes being messy instead of polished is even better, right? Because me as a fellow writer, fellow business person going, yeah, she's messy like me. Nice. Follow. So that's a big thing. I don't like being on camera. I kind of mentioned that before. That's the next one. I know. It sucks to look at yourself on the screen and go, oh, acne. Oh, I get it. Just go on camera, right? You see people in your real life, it's just like that. You have to work on not necessarily being comfortable on camera, but being like, this is whatever. Because again, this is part of the process. You just got to get it out. So don't stress about you very much, right? It's more about the content, right? What you're bringing to the table. 4, no one wants to hear what I have to say. That's incorrect. You'll find your people, I promise you. So bring to the table what you have to say, right? As you do your research, you'll find trends and that sort of thing of other people saying other things. Don't replicate them. Don't repeat what they have to say if you don't believe in it. Share what you have to share. Right now, nobody cares about my motto, fight for the fairy tale, right? But it keeps me going and I believe in it. And I hope once my book comes out, there will be a small community of people who also are like, heck yeah. And then I'll have to like copyright it or something. But, like that's what it's about. It's about bringing yourself to the table. So yes, people want to hear what you have to say. They care about you, right? So that's huge. And then the 4, is it fifth? Fifth is I'm to insert your word here. Busy, old, young, I don't care. What's your word to be successful in this challenge? With my realtors, I work with a lot of older folks who are like, well, I don't get this. The technology, the platform didn't exist when I was growing up. This is hard for me. I'm too old for this. You're not. And in fact, I've seen the people who try and embrace it, like half the time they do better than the younger people because, we find you wholesome and adorable and we love to learn from you, right? Like, truly. Some of my older realtors, they do videos and it's just like, wow, grandma's telling me about real estate. It's great, right? So sometimes that sort of niche works even better than like the polished guy in a suit who walks out of a sports car. Like, Sometimes we don't care about those guys, right? So you never know what you bring to the table. So don't say I'm too blank to be successful. You can have success no matter what. Even if you decide not to put your face on camera, you can have success. We just have to come up with other creative ways to get people engaged. But I do believe name to face to voice is huge. So that's my little bit on some mindset things and some phrases I've heard that need to just fly away because this is the whole point. We're going to fail forward. We're going to try some things. We're going to support each other. That's the whole point. And it's really, really important to me. So now, how the heck do you do this quickly? I'm going to share with you my little batch content creation tactics. And I'm just looking at my notes here to make sure I don't lie to you. Because, but this is what I do. And I work, 9 to 5 in a business, right? But on Tuesdays, I'm at home. I have my remote day. During my lunch on Tuesdays, that's my content creation time because midday, I'm awake, I'm ready to go. I've done my makeup and hair, and there's good lighting. And so I have an hour to do it all. So if I'm going to post one video a day, that means I need to get 7 videos done in an hour, right? That's crazy. Like, ooh. So I'm setting aside an hour. Now, I will admit my research time tends to happen on the weekends or at night when I'm scrolling when I shouldn't be, right? But I do save things while I'm doing that in a to recreate folder or to come back to folder, right? And then what I'll do when I sit down for my content creation time is I will either set 10 minutes on my phone to scroll. So I'll allow myself to scroll TikTok and Instagram and like look at all the different people that I follow, different things that they're doing, looking for trending audios that I like, etc. 10 minutes. At the beginning, you may need 20 minutes for this. So, kind of factor that out. Or, I'll just go back because I've done the bad thing and scrolled over the weekend to avoid doing homework. And I will look back at the things in that folder that I said to recreate. And I'll kind of look through and say, okay, which ones can I recreate? What do I want to say with it? Right. If you're going to recreate something another creator did like verbatim, and I do that occasionally with writing, I do try to tag the creator that I duped it off of. Like, thanks for the idea, such and such. This is so cute, right? So I do try to shout them out if I am like almost completely riffing off their video. But normally I can change it up, right? If it's something about like what type of things you like to write, that's what I will like, switch it up because then it's my own story, right? So you do want to think about that is giving credit where credit is due if you're recreating videos. Or maybe you decided on a series, like the top 5 things first-time home buyers need to know, my realtors, or, that sort of thing. And then you can make one video for each of the 5 things, right? And kind of break it down. So you could decide, yeah, I'm going to do a series of 7 videos with 7 tips on X, right? You can create all of that all at once. So again, 10 to 20 minutes max to, do research, save things you might recreate, and kind of figure out what you're going to do. Then the next 40 minutes is your crunch time. So I would set another timer for about, I do it in 20 to 30 minutes where I shoot all the videos one after another. I don't change my clothes. I don't change my location normally. I just stay there and I shoot the videos, right? And normally I'll shoot kind of directly in Instagram app, like I said in the other video, or on TikTok, where sometimes straight to my camera roll, and I'm just saving those videos to my drafts. So I'll shoot them, save them to my drafts, and move on, right? That's it. And I do, and I keep going until I have 7, right? And then now I have these 7 drafts. Then I have to look, okay, do any of these need text added to them? Do I need to auto-generate the captions? So I'll go back into each one and like add the text that will show up on the video, or, auto-generate the captions and double check those that they're accurate to what I said, right? And like I said, I keep it simple. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Or maybe I'm adding an audio to it, right? Then, save all those drafts. If you feel ready to it, write all your captions, right? And your captions don't need to be long and crazy for the challenge, just, related to the video, add a little call to action or a way to communicate, like, yeah, drop your thoughts below, right? You want to start engaging people. But to be honest, you're likely going to use up most of your time with the shooting and then like editing part, and just save them to your drafts. So that's how I use the hour. And then normally I'll give myself like 10 minutes at some point of the day, and I'll pick which video I'm posting the next day. And then I'll kind of work more seriously on my caption or my hashtags, that sort of thing. And I will schedule it for the next day. So it's like an hour once a day and maybe 10 minutes. An hour once a week. Whoa. And like 10 minutes each day to schedule or decide on the videos for the next day. During that 10-minute time, normally I'll also like make sure I comment back to anyone who commented on my videos. But I will admit, I have the notifications on my phone and I get excited when someone comments. So I'll just comment right back right away. Which is not smart, but we all have our failures. So that's mine right now. But I will make sure if I didn't, I'll go back then when I'm scheduling my video for the next day and make sure I, liked and engaged with the people that liked and engaged with me, because again, it's, forming a community. So that is my tactic for batch creating. Like I told you, I don't change my clothes. I'm me. You get me. And I'm able to do this because, it's my lunch break while I'm at home. So then, I go back to work. I'm like eating my lunch while I'm working, right? And that works for me. If you are working in an office all the time, obviously it's not going to work quite like that. So you might need to set aside an hour on a Saturday when you're at home. But this method has worked for me, even though I work 9 to 5 and I go to school from 6 to 9, 3 nights a week. And then I have a crap ton of homework right now. I'm in thesis. So like, I'm busy, right? And this makes it doable that I'm able to post every single day. And I don't hate it. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm connecting with amazing people. I'm making fun videos, and working toward my dream, right? So that is kind of the idea. If you have any other tips, tricks you've tried, we love to see it in the comments below. And I'm so excited to see what you guys create, honestly. I hope this challenge is helpful and does amazing things for some people. In past challenges, I've had people go like crazy viral and get a bunch of business from it, which is just amazing because it changes lives, right? Just getting followers and, connecting with people and feeling part of a community, right? Social media, as much hate as it gets, has the power to do amazing and wonderful things for us, as long as we stay true to ourselves and don't listen to the negativity of the outside world, because you will find the right people who love and adore the content that you create. So I'm excited for you guys to experience that too. Have a great one. Bye.